guys, what is up my loves? This is Esaia Mystic and I am back with another video to help you free your heart and soul. Today we're going to be talking about how to manifest a new home and create a safe space for yourself. And I was inspired to talk about this subject because I noticed that, first of all, this is something that I have done for myself. Just recently, I have moved into a new home. I was in a very chaotic environment previously. It was secure, it was comfortable. Nonetheless, it wasn't giving me the space to really expand and feel like all of myself could be embodied and really create a reality for myself that I want to create. So just recently I've moved into a new home, a new space, and as I started the first round of the love potion, and if you don't know what the love potion is, the love potion is now currently a 9-week feminine well-being course that I have created. And within the first round of the love potion, where we talk about feminine well-being, abundance, being in harmony with your feminine energy, and how to be in harmony with masculine, it brought up, right, a lot of women in the group were talking about how basically they were in toxic environments and they felt like they needed to get out of that environment to be able to create the life that they wanted for themselves, because maybe the people around them were bringing them down. Maybe, actually it was mostly just the people around them in their environment. And they were in positions where they had to basically live with these people, or felt like they had to live with these people to be secure or to be, comfortable. And this is something that I want to talk about in a video because obviously I feel like I have achieved a milestone, and I'm really able to see what I did to get out of that predicament that I was in and get out of feeling really boxed in and unable to expand because of the environment I'm in. And you guys know environments are really important. Environments are basically like, if you don't have the correct environment, it's going to be really difficult for you to create what you want to create in your life, because you're going to have people, things, you're just going to have scenarios left, right, that are kind of reminding you of that life or that past you that you want to let go of. It's reminding you of the environment and the lifestyle that you don't want to be a part of anymore. And so what can end up happening, that I noticed that I did and that I noticed that other women will do, is they will be hyper focused or be distracted, right? I would say, like, because the things in your environment are normally, and the reason why it's so toxic is because it's emotionally triggering. It's emotionally, like, it's pulling you emotionally. It's causing you to feel feelings that you really don't want to feel. And because you're in this place of feeling feelings that you don't want to feel, you're thinking things that you don't want to think, you're feeling bad about yourself, all of these things that kind of, when we're in these environments and you're very sensitive, empathic, emotional woman, it poses a challenge for you to get out of. And this video is going to be all about what I did and what I feel like is the best way to get yourself out of that predicament and into a scenario that will benefit you and allow you the space to create a safe space for yourself, to cultivate your own energy in, and grow in the way that you want to grow and not really feel trapped or caged in or like a victim to your circumstance. So for me personally, I was living with my parents, my mom and my stepdad. And that experience was actually very healing for me for the first couple years while I was living there, because it brought up a lot of the childhood wounds, a lot of the things that I went through as a teenager that I kind of just forgot about and bypassed. It allowed me to really go back to those places and heal that part of me that I didn't even really realize was such, wounded at the level that it was. So going back to live with my parents was very healing for me in the beginning. After it got to about maybe 2 years, I started to actually feel like I was not progressing and I was stagnant, right? And not only that, I started to also feel like I was reliving a lot of the patterns that were present when I was a child and a teenager. So I realized that it was just time. Like, it's just time for me to spread my wings and fly and embrace being able to basically live in the world, right? Self-sufficient. I felt like it was just time to be self-sufficient and grow in the way that my soul is desiring to grow. So in that, there was a lot of challenges. And so here's some of the things that I did. And actually, when I got this place, I was at a point, right? So this is going to be the very first thing. You have to decide that you are going to leave this scenario, that you're going to leave this environment, that you are gone and that you are on to something better and more prosperous for you. And if that is you having your own space and creating your own safe haven, that is something that you have to decide for yourself. For I think after those 2 years into 3 years, 4 years, I didn't fully decide that I was going to leave because I had a lot of insecurities and doubts about me being able to basically sustain myself outside of my parents' cocoon. And this was absolutely, like, at first it was like normal for me to feel that way because there were things that I was experiencing, right? I was experiencing health issues. I had just had my daughter, so I needed support with my child. There were a lot of things that were making me feel like I needed to wait. That's okay. However, when it's time, you need to decide. When I decided that I was done, like it's over, right? Almost like the relationship is over, we're breaking up. I love you guys, but I'm growing in this direction. I had decided that, and once I decided that, my energy shifted and I believed that there was a place out there for me. I believed that there was a home, a space that had my name on it that I could move into. It was just the only thing that needed to happen was for me to move into believing that, like actually make movements and take actions that symbolize, oh, she believes that she can pretty much get out of this place and get into her new space, right? And so the way that you're going to manifest it is going to be unique to your energy. And I'm teach all about that in the love potion, right? It's like the beginning of understanding yourself as a woman, as a feminine being, and how you bring things into fruition. This is the beginning. The love potion is the beginning. So if you're interested in learning more about that or even signing up, the link to that is down below in the description. And you can even send me a message on Instagram if you have any questions about it. Nonetheless, the way that I manifested it is I had to decide first. So I decided first, and then I focused only on things that were going to produce that outcome for me. So what does that mean? That means that whatever is coming up into your sphere of attention, right? Like things that you could possibly give attention to, you want to make sure you're giving your attention to the things that are going to give you what you want. So if in my case, like there would be moments and times where I'm just minding my business, or I'm just roaming around the house, and somebody has something to say about something that I did, or maybe I left something on the floor, or maybe it's just like a vibe, people just have this vibe towards you, and it's like it can throw you off, right? And it can make you focus there, right? I call that a type of like energy vamping, because it's almost like they want you to feed into this critique or this judgment that they have towards you. They want you to try and justify it. They just want you to give some kind of energy to that, right? And when you are focused on the thing that's going to give you your outcome, you're deciding to not allow that to have emotional authority over you. You're not allowing it to have control over the way that you feel. Yes, you might feel something, right? You might feel a little like, okay. Or it might be really rallying. You're not going to feed into that, right? You're going to take that energy and you're going to use it to fuel the fact that you want to manifest a new space for yourself. So all of the things that can come into your awareness that can be like, hey, focus on me. Hey, focus on me. Even though it is just kind of bringing you lower and lower into feeling insecure, and like you don't have the ability to get what it is that you want, then that is letting you know that you should not be focusing on that. Use that energy to focus on the thing that's going to give you the outcome. Now, I can't tell you what specifically to focus on, right? Because we're all going to have different circumstances. So this is the next thing. You want to ignore the pain of your circumstance, right? So maybe your circumstance is that you are, you're having issues with your health, and you are, maybe mental health, maybe physical health, and you literally can't, like, there's just this limitation, right? You want to ignore the pain of the limitation, meaning like if the limitation is bringing you to a low place, don't let that low place be the reason why you can't do X, Y, and Z. Because for a while, before I manifested a new place, I would let things come into my reality and dictate what I was able to create. Like my circumstances were basically dictating where I could live, where I could go. The amount of money I had was dictating the possibilities for me. Or, what was going on. Like I said, I had my daughter, or I was having health issues. All of those things, right? It was dictating, there was voices in my head like, are you sure you'll be able to do this? You have this going on, you have that going on. And when I decided to actually turn that voice in my mind into something that was solution oriented, right? Like, okay, I have this going on with my health. I can move to a space where the environment for me is nourishing, right, that place in my life, that aspect of my health, to where I can be healthier, right? I can move to a space where it's beneficial, right? A beneficial place to raise children in a supportive environment. That way I don't feel like I'm, just me and my daughter, right? There were things that in my mind I just had to shift, and I had to start talking to myself differently. And that allowed me to kind of ignore my circumstances and create my own circumstances, create new circumstances for myself. So this also is in alignment with beginning to tell yourself affirmations and really reprogram your subconscious. Affirmations are going to be big, and that is something that I definitely began to do, I would say like the beginning of November, right? It's March now, and I moved in about a month ago. About a month? Yeah, about a month ago. And so I started to say affirmations around this new place, and that really allowed my subconscious to start thinking in ways and believing in ways that spoke, I have a home. I have a home where I can be myself, where I can express, where I can create, where I can do things the way I want to do things, build my business the way I want to build it, and be a free being, right? So that's what you want to start doing, is you also want to start reprogramming your subconscious through affirmations and different things that you're telling yourself. So I want you guys to remember, out of everything that I mentioned in this video, that as a woman living on earth, you rule the earth plane. The earth is a feminine being. The earth represents the sacred feminine, and the earth is the place where the sacred waters of the feminine birth things into being all the time. This is such a creative realm. You are someone who is so powerful here. You can literally create and have every and anything that you want. But the thing is, there has been so much that has been done within our society and within our programming, right? Generationally, where women have forgotten how creatively powerful they are, and how through their feminine ways that they can create the life that they want for themselves without having to abide or submit to predatory masculine structures, predatory masculine beliefs and ways of doing things. Because I believe for a long time that I had to do this, and I had to make it here, and I had to get to all of these different places and milestones to just be free, to just be happy, especially to have my own place to live and to be comfortable, right? Because a lot of women, you guys have options. You guys can get out of toxic environments if you wanted to. But the thing is, you feel like taking that first step is going to take you out of your comfort zone and put you in into more discomfort, right? Or maybe like you get into a new place or space, you feel like you might manifest more of what you were actually like trying to leave. And this is the fear that I noticed in myself, and also the fear that I noticed in the women that were a part of the love potion, the first round of the love potion, is that's how you feel. You feel like there's no escaping this pain, this circumstance, right? Unless you put yourself to the standards of predatory masculine structures, systems that really were designed for men, right? And really just systems and structures in general. Maybe they're not predatory. Maybe they're just like, this is just how you honor, right, these masculine aspects of you. There are systems that were meant for men to focus on more than they are meant for women to focus on. And this is something that isn't really talked about much, right? When we get into these environments, Men aren't gonna be like, well, not you, you don't have to do that because you're a woman, right? Because we have the feminist movement that's like, you're feminine. I don't know what they say, but how dare you? You know, they get mad at the fact that, you know, when men do get into positions where they're like, no, you're a woman, you know, you're not supposed to do things the same way that I do, right? Don't be in that mindset. You want to remember that because you are a woman, you must do things in a feminine way, in a more feminine way. It's not an option. You have to do this. If you do not do this, you're going to be, you know, causing yourself to have bad health. You're going to cause yourself to have, you know, not as pleasurable experiences in your life. You're just not going to be as happy, and you're not going to be as healthy. I want you to be happy. I want you to be healthy. I want you to experience life and grow in ways that you were meant to grow. So these are the ways that I manifested my new home. And these are the mindsets and the energetics that I took on. And I'm so grateful that I did, because I'm absolutely in love with the place that I manifested. Honestly, it's like one of the best places in Seattle. If you guys don't know, I live in Seattle. It's one of the best places you could possibly live in Seattle. It is so close to so many things for my daughter to do, like activities. You know, they have like play-based and co-op schools and daycares. Like, it's all around the like things that I wanted for her, and it's just perfect in every way, right? And in everything that I needed. And not only that, for the thing that I was dealing with in my health, which I'm gonna make another video about this, there is a place like literally 5 minutes away that works on this specific thing, and they are like the professionals, right? They are the pros at it. And when I went there, I was like, oh my gosh, this is perfect. Like, this is exactly what I wanted, so that I could be in optimal health and feel really good. So I'm just really satisfied with myself. I'm really happy with the energetics that I put into place, and I'm just grateful. I'm grateful. So, my loves, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up so more women just like yourself, or people in general, can watch this video and learn. If you are interested in tapping into your feminine well-being, abundance, and ability to manifest things in a feminine way, create your life in a feminine way, and be in harmony with who you are, then I highly suggest that you check out my course, The Love Potion. I have had women have phenomenal results from going through this course and really making big shifts in their relationships, in their daily life, and their lifestyle. And I'm really excited to share this with you guys. So if you're interested in that, the link is down below. And I will talk to you all in my next video. Peace.